You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner. You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're just grateful to be here. I want you to hear some words that have been going around in my heart recently, and listen to the words, not the music that will go with it. I don't know how long I've got down here. I don't know when life will end. All I know is I'm gonna do the best that I can do while I yet still have time. No man knows the day, no man knows the hour when the Lord shall appear. All I know is I'm gonna do the best that I can do while I yet still have time. Sometimes I wonder if time is all I've got, or will I run out of time? Sometimes I waste time thinking time is all I have. I just may run out of time. No man knows the day, no man knows the hour when the Lord shall appear. All I know is I'm gonna do the best that I can do while I yet still have time. That song means a lot to me. About 20 years ago, I had an 18-year-old, my only nephew, died in a tragic accident. And I learned that song 2 days before he died. And for a long time, I used to think, such a tragic life. He was so talented, headed to Broadway. We knew he was going. He was going everywhere, doing all kinds of singing, and he died. But as time has come, I've come to appreciate that in those 18 years he lived, he did so much. And so I start this off to say, Dr. Angela Lowery in her life did so much that we cannot focus on the things that could have been. We're going to focus on her legacy, what she left for us. MAO goes through a lot, and we try to do our best, but the one thing we have come together on is to honor her and honor her legacy and honor all the lives that she touched. And that's what this is about today. This is, I've got this crybaby over here sitting by me. I'm praying that she doesn't cry all the way through this. And I understand it is hard. It's really hard on her family. And so we are praying with and for them. But right now, we're going to lift up her legacy. We're going to lift her up, and we're going to serve, because that's what she did. That's what she was about. And so she left that for us to do. And that's what today is about. And so we're going to hear from Mike Murphy now, and we're going to go on from there.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marguerite. That was a little bit of church on a Wednesday evening, which we appreciate tremendously. So for me, there are two items particular when I think about Dr. Angela Lowery, and I want to share these with you. The first one was Dr. Lowery's care for our patients and recipients. She did a lot of extras, and just to make sure that the folks that we served were okay. That included staying a little longer, dropping items off, and I know she did when she said, well, I'll just do that. I'm on my way home. I'm going to do that. And then checking on people. She made sure that they gave her a call, or she called them. And I will tell you all, while that was not something that everyone does, for her, that was her mission, because her work here was a mission. She really embraced the original MAO mission that we'd had as a community-based organization way back. And that was, we were always going to be there to try to make sure our folk were okay. And she just added that nice medical care twist to it. So with that one, it'll always be a big memory part for me from her. She also, the second one was, she did a lot for her coworkers. She did that thing such as taking the time to really listen to some folks who just needed to talk, needed to vent. She helped people out numerous times when she really didn't have to. And the thing about it, on both of those levels, she did that with no interest in others knowing about it. She always did it and didn't want anybody to say about it, because that was from her heart, and she wanted it to stay within that piece. And I heard that statement time and time again from people that said, you know, she helped me so much, but she didn't want me to tell anybody. And that is, again, another major testimony to her life. And again, I agree with Dr. Marguerite Barber Owens. This is an honoring and a celebration of her life and what she's still doing to this day. I want to make note that on Monday, the 13th of September, the MAO Board of Directors authorized the renaming of the MAO Wellness Center, which is our wellness program and dental clinic here on McGee Road. That we will be renaming that in Dr. Angela Lowery's honor. They are in the process of developing a new facility title, and the renaming will hopefully be later this year with an official ceremony and an unveiling of the new signage at that time. And we will be really looking forward to that day, because that's going to be a physical reminder of the great legacy that Dr. Angela Lowery did. And it will just be a matching to the spiritual legacy that she has left with us already. So we will keep you all updated on that. And we're looking forward to her family coming to that moment. And when they will see an official sign recognizing that building and the fact that Dr. Lowery is still working with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, Rosita got me crying too. It's hard to believe that it's been a year, because sometimes it feels like it's been 30 seconds and sometimes it feels like it's been decades. And I think it's easy to try and get lost in the piece that's missing today. But I think what I've learned over the last year is how present Dr. Lowery is all around us at MAO. It might seem cliche, but I truly do feel like she's always with us. Nearly every day, I see a patient who she impacted, speak with one of you about how she inspired you to learn and grow and achieve, or I hear a story about the love and care that she put into her work here. Dr. Lowery left legacies in so many aspects of her life. First and foremost, of course, with her beloved family, but also in her dedication to education and her students, her beloved colleagues, and of course, her patients. And I just feel so grateful that a piece of her lives on here. What a full and impactful life she lived, to have given so much to the people around her. But our own lives and families and legacies have been forever changed and improved in ways that are tiny and huge, just by having her presence in our lives. She should still be physically here with us, and there have been countless times over the last year where I've wondered how she would have helped us through a challenge, or wished I could ask her perspective. But each person she impacted, and all the people that they in turn impact, all the people that we now impact in our day-to-day lives, carry a piece of her memory. And that means that the roots that she put down here are going to sprout and grow and bloom for lifetimes to come, and will carry her with us always. And that's the best mark of a life well lived, a life of caregiving, of love, and of service to others, something for us all to aspire to. We'll take what Dr. Lowery taught us and gave us and give it back to others so that she may live on. May her memory be a blessing, and may we continuously strive to live up to the bar she set for us.
Thank you, Dr. Stearns. 1,175 diapers, 1,752 wipes, 7 car seats, bottles, baby bags, and tiny baby clothes, formula, pack and plays, and strollers, in-home doula services, home cleaning services, moving services, postpartum meals for nervous new moms, postpartum comfort food sent to grieving bereaved families. All of these things have been provided to our perinatal clients since last September in Dr. Lowery's name through Angela's Closet, in honor of her legacy and her memory. Memory is such a unique and fragile part of life. And sometimes our memories are happy, sometimes they're painful, sometimes they're both at the same time. Remembering back to this day last year and the days leading up to this day, there are a flood of memories, shock, disbelief, and anger and heartbreak, and phone calls that were more tears and less words. And just an overwhelming feeling of, what do we do here? What do we do with this unfinished story, this friendship, even though our friend is gone? And to answer that question on this day last year, Angela's Closet was born. And it's a small chapter in her eternal story that's still being written today. And so today, as we remember her and celebrate her, it's important, I think, to continue to ask that question. How do we continue her story? And if we can carry on one part of Dr. Lowery's legacy, let it be empathy. Let us approach others as their most sincere cheerleaders in life. Let's extend the benefit of the doubt to others whenever something's in question. And let's be trustworthy, careful listeners so that we can better understand why or how others feel the way they feel. And let's be willing to do those small things for others, because in most cases, it's those small, often unnoticed things that have the biggest impact. And I think if we have learned anything from Angela's closet this past year, it's that a package of wipes, diapers, bottles, shouts to a person that feels forgotten, I see you, I hear you, and I'm with you, and I'm for you, even though I can't feel the pain of your struggle. Empathy. What an honor to have known Dr. Lowery, and what a privilege to carry on her legacy at MAO. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Doug McLeod, and on behalf of consumers in our program, we would just like to say that we will miss Dr. Lowery, and having candid conversations with Dr. Lowery, we always laughed a lot. And in the midst of all of it, I used to always bug her about getting into activities that we are hosting. And she said, Doug, I will support everything you can, but you won't get me to walk. And but this year, early in 2020, she did say that this year she was going to surprise everybody, and she pulled me to the side and said she would walk. But unfortunately, that did not happen, and that won't be able to happen. But as it is a sad occasion, it is a joyous occasion because we will continue to remember her. And on behalf of all the consumers, we will miss you. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Lowery was one of my daughters. I lost both of my daughters to COVID last year. Dr. Lowery loved life. She loved people. She really loved this clinic that she worked for. She would do anything for anybody. She would go out her way. It could be a stranger in the store. If they said they don't have enough money, she would pay for their groceries. That's her legacy, was to help people. She helped so many people in her short life. I just can't believe she's gone. This has been the worst year of my life, losing both of my daughters. But Angela told me, Mama, don't worry about me, because when I die, I know I'm going to heaven. Because she tried to do everything right. And all I can say that I'm very proud of her. I'm really proud of all of her accomplishments. I'm proud of my son-in-law, Ernest. He is a walking example of her. He would do anything he can to help people. And I just want to thank him and thank everybody for supporting her. Life would never be the same without my girls. So I want to thank you all for everything that you're doing. You're just outstanding. Anything I can do, please let me know. Okay.
I'm not much for talking, but I would like to thank MAO for being so supportive. And it's very hard, but I think I thank each and every one of them for being there when we needed them and being such great people. And I never will forget you guys. And I thank everybody that have supported Jackson Hospital, everybody that have supported our family in times of sorrow. And it's hard for me, but I just like to thank everybody. And we're going to keep holding on if it's the Lord will, and we'll be okay. Thank everybody.
Angela Lowery was my sister. It's got in-law on the end, but she was not an in-law. She was my sister. Angela was an angel from God. God put her here for a reason and a season. And once her season was up, he took his angel back. I know that Angela impacted so many people's lives. So that lets me know that God had her here for a brief moment. And when he was ready for her to come back, he called his angel back because that's what she was, his angel. So what we can do is build off of what Angela left behind. It hurts. I know it hurt. I've lost a child too. So, but God let me know when I'm ready for them, I'm coming back and I'm going to get them back. But let us just dwell on the impact that Angela left here. I can smile because she did so many great things. As her mom say, her hand, if you needed something, she was always there. She had a kind word or whatever she could do. So that's why I can smile. So I am grateful for everybody for what they have done for my brother and been there for my brother. And as I tell him, all he have to do now is keep his eye on God and they will meet again. Thank you.
On behalf of the MAO family, we, from Dr. Barbara Owens, Elena, and many of the other staff members, joined together and purchased these bags filled with just a few of her favorite things. Dr. Lowery always gave us snacks. She was where I got all my food. We had a Friday lunch date every Friday. And she always kept gummy bears and hard candy, gum, and she always had a pair of Dollar Tree reading glasses, as she called them. So those are just some of the trinkets that we have enclosed in this bag so that we'll continue to remember her. We've also been able to give a lot of these bags out to her patients who are still grieving her loss as well. But this is just a little symbol of us so that we can continue to remember her. And I'll give each of you one. And on behalf of the MAO family, we want you to know that we love you. And Miss Nellie, anytime you want to make some pies, we got open mouths and empty stomachs for all of them.
As we close out this virtual celebratory occasion, I wanted to remind you of a familiar reading from Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Our Lord knew the plan for Tuesday, September the 15th, 2020. He also knew the plan for today, Wednesday, September the 15th, 2021. The life-altering chain of events on these days and those in between were not meant to harm us, but to challenge us to self-reflect, self-assess, and identify what we need to do to stay safe. We continue to be reminded of the work to be done in the natural, both personally and professionally, for our patients, our family members, and friends of MAO. While fulfilling the spiritual plan at MAO, Dr. Lowery started and left a legacy for us to prosper in service to the Blue Suite patients, patients with Hep C, along with the mamas and babies of the Hope Clinic. The Lord has given us a hope through Dr. Lowery, not just for today, but also for the future. Let us continue to honor and exemplify Dr. Lowery's legacy of servanthood while we carry out the mission of MAO. Thank you.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet.